I like that shirt too, by the way.
All right. Game one of the Sixers versus Boston.
I like the theme music.
Y'all ready to jump right into it?
Yeah, man.
All right, let's do it.
Yeah, buddy.
All right, we just watched the real playoff game. We saw the Sixers play Boston. They lost 109-101. What is your first reaction to the game? What was your reaction to it? How did it feel?
I mean, I'm gonna pick up from where we left off on the last podcast. It's a necessary evil, man. I'm not happy, but I'm satisfied because I know a lot of people want to hear this. People love their Sixers. I love my Sixers too. We gotta get swept. We gotta get swept. You gotta take a step back to take a step forward. It hurt, it burned. I mean, even in the midst of watching the game, I still want us to win because you always want to see your team do well and win.
Exactly.
However, I'm not really mad. I'm not as devastated as I was when we lost, games last year in the playoffs. We lost to Toronto. I don't have that same feeling because the feeling I have is that Brett needs to go, and this is the beginning of him leaving. And I feel a sweep would solidify the deal.
I agree. Ethan. What is your heart telling you? What is your mind telling you?
Keep going.
I got a lot going on over here. You hear that, dog?
Yeah.
Shut that dog up, dog.
Exactly.
Go ahead. What's your thoughts on why he collecting his thoughts?
All right. Here's what I said. I'm looking at the box score now because that's what I want to start off with.
Okay.
I mean, we all agree that Brett has to go and he has to lose. I was banking that they lose in the second round, but it was just game one. It was just one game, so I'm not going to rush to judgment. But here's what I say. We paid Al Horford almost $100 million. He gave us 6 points today. 31 minutes, 3 for 7 shooting, 6 points. That's what $25 million this year gets you in the first playoff game. Mm-hmm. I mean, I saw some enthusiasm, and he showed a little bit of energy. But all the energy in the world, 6 points is what you got from Al Horford. You're a big time acquisition. The only person that we got last year as far as free agency goes. We re-signed Tobias, but as far as a free agent, Al Horford was our big prize, and he gave us 6 points.
Yeah, I was going to comment on Al Horford too. He was a negative 18 in the game, minus 18 rather. He had a horrible game tonight. It just felt like watching the game. It just felt like even when we was up, it just felt like we was fighting an uphill battle all game. I don't know if y'all felt the same way watching that game.
Yeah.
It just felt like we were waiting to be down by 20. It just feels like we don't have the firepower. Would Ben Simmons have made a difference? Defensively, maybe. Defensively, maybe.
He would.
But offensively, how much would he contributed? I don't know. How much would they spread the floor? I don't know. But I just felt like we were outmatched that game. We were outclassed the entire game.
Then you got Tobias Harris, our $200 million man. He gave us 15 points game one. Now,
go ahead. I mean, he put up a solid 8 rebounds, 8 assists. I mean, Ben Simmons-esque numbers. I do want to see more from him, at least from an offensive, scoring standpoint. He needs to get into at least the 20s every night. Unless we blowing somebody out and his minutes, is dwindled because we up. Other than that, I want to see him at least around 22, 25 points a game to complement Bede. I mean, Bede the only player in the 20s. I mean, we had 2 with 18 with Richardson and Burks, who I'm liking a lot. He stepped into the 6-man role real nice.
Let's talk a little bit about Alec Burks because he's impressing me more than anyone. Because this young man, he came in the middle of the season, which he got traded from Golden State, and he's not scared. And I think the reason why he's not scared is because he ain't had a lot of time with Brett Brown. I think once Brett Brown get in his head, mess up his psyche, But I'm impressed with Alec Burks. I really am. I think he's been balling. I have no problems with him being aggressive. I don't mind the shots that he's taking. We need somebody like that who's fearless, who's going to take them shots.
I think in the playoffs, our big three is Bede, Toby, and who you say is the third one without Ben? Alec Burke? Shake?
It should be Horford, but now it's looking like it's either Jay Rich or Burke.
Yeah. I want to see. I want to see Bede and Toby take more than 15 shots, like they did last night.
Yeah, 15 shots is not a lot.
That's not enough, especially for Bede, especially for Toby. I want to see a little more production out of them two guys. I want to get the Bede that ball more. Will his gas tank hold up in the playoff atmosphere? I don't know, but I want to see more than 15 shots from Bede.
They don't count foul shots. Like once you get fouled, they don't count that as part of your field goal percentage. So he may have taken like maybe 20-something shots. Because how many times he went to the line today? Anybody got his stats?
I think he took 12 shots.
He took 12 shots, so that's like 5 or 6. If you're shooting 2, that's about 6. So he put up around 20, 21 shots today. But in the playoffs, I need him to take it. And with this team, he need to put up around 25, 30. But here's the thing. He was on pace to get 40 after the first quarter, and then he fell off completely. He had 11 points in the first quarter, I think, or more. And I'm thinking, okay, this man about to drop 41. Well, he's finished with 26. And Brett Brown and his love for Korkmaz, I don't know. Did y'all see? Why was he in the game? He
only got 7 minutes, though. He only got 7 minutes.
But those 7 minutes it's almost like putting your son out there. It's not.
Truth be told, what I don't like is I don't like Thibault getting 33 minutes and Mike Scott getting 2. I don't like that. I think Thibault is a young player. He athletic. He brings you some defensive stuff, but he don't give you enough offensively, especially when we're struggling. Mike Scott can give you buckets. Mike Scott can heat up and give you 15, 20 points on any given night. Not that he's some offensive weaponry, but he's going to give you more offense than Thibault. Why is Mike Scott continue to get yanked out the lineup early when you got dudes who not giving you buckets like Thibault? Like, I understand, Thibault. First of all, Brett Brown even groom young players and help them along in a process good enough to even be just trotting them out there to play. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's not even coaching them up to do nothing offensively. Thibault only really take bottle-open shots. I don't see him going to the bucket. Like, if you're going to have him in the game 33 minutes, this is some stuff that I need to start seeing him do. And I think he's capable of doing it, but Brett Brown ain't capable of motivating him and teaching him. So, as I said, I don't want the Sixers to lose, but we got to lose. We got to get swept. We got to get swept, and I'm cool with it. I'm at peace.
I hate to agree. I hate to nitpick everything Brett Brown does. I mean, it is the playoffs, so little things like that are going to stand out. But it is odd when you want to, like, you pull them in and out all year long.
Yep.
Then when the playoffs come,
yep,
you want to play him like he's a starter, like he's been doing this thing for a decade.
Exactly.
Yeah, he didn't give us. Go ahead.
To his credit, I think he was trying to play with the matchups. With Jaylen Brown, you got Jaylen Brown, and you got the young boy, Jason Tatum. So he needs somebody that's going to be able to defend. Wayne asking, are we on? But we need somebody to defend, and that's why I think he probably went with the boy with Thibault a little bit longer. And I don't have a problem with him playing Thibault at all. I just think those 7 minutes that he gave Korkmaz should have went to Mike Scott.
Yeah, but Thibault, I kind of have a problem with 33 minutes and 2 shots.
Me too.
I mean, 5 points, 33 minutes. I kind of have a problem with that. I mean,
his first playoff game,
and the fact that Mike Scott has been consistently more of a goon on defense than anything. If that's what you're looking for, I know Thibault got the athleticism and the reach and all that. But for one, Mike Scott 3 inches taller. Mike Scott about 6'8", 6'9". With Thibault 6'5". You know what I'm saying? So you got also a person who's bigger, who's stronger, who's more experienced, and who goes hard. Mike Scott, we already know Mike Scott fight somebody to drop the dime. I mean, this we know. So now you give Thibault all, and I'm not even saying don't give Thibault 20 minutes, but Mike Scott should have had more than 2 minutes, man. I either said I hate to nitpick everything, but to me this is kind of stuff that's just glaring that he's doing that's just not good, man. I'm done. I'm done with Brett. I've been done with Brett for a while. This
so
is
it's
a
a good
necessary
thing.
evil.
This is a good thing.
Yes.
That's what y'all realize. What's happening is a good thing. We not mad that they lost, because again, Brett Brown's gonna get exposed, because we actually had a little lead in the fourth quarter.
Mm-hmm.
We did. I can't say I'm not mad that they. I can't say I'm not mad that they lost. I understand it's a necessary evil. Do you want your team to win? Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I understand the necessary evil. I mean, when I look at this team, if you look at the other teams in the East, I don't see us competing no time soon. That's the only problem. Even if Brett Brown loses and we get a new coach in here, who do we have on the team that we can compete with the Bostons, the Milwaukees, and the Torontos? I mean, let's be real with ourselves. I guess that's a whole nother. We gotta get through this round.
No, I agree. But I agree that do have to be addressed, and I mean we can start addressing that now because we ain't gonna be playing basketball in about a week. It's gonna be over. So I agree with that. I'm telling you, this is why the Brett Brown era has to go, because he started the beginning of the deconstruction of the process. He deconstructed the process very early on with the whole with Markelle, with Mikal Bridges. He deconstructed the process very early on, and while we have to wait for him to destroy another possible success story, who knows who might come in here? Who knows who we might draft? You know, late first round and get a free agency. He gonna mess that up too. So I'm done with this. I'm done.
All right.
I'm not glad. I'm not mad. I'm not glad. I'm happy.
All right, let's look at this game though. Let's be. Who stood out to you in this game? Because what I will say is the boy Jason Tatum, he's nice.
Oh, you talking about on both teams?
Yeah, I like the boy Jason Tatum.
Yeah,
he was a beast tonight.
Jaylen Brown made some big shots too.
Jaylen, yeah.
I mean, they have a legitimate big three. If you want to say four with Gordon Hayward, they got 4 star players on their team. I mean, that's kind of hard to compete with, being that we only got Joel Embiid.
Plus, Marcus Smart I like him. He's the grunt, dirty type of player you need on your squad.
That's why we had, but Mike Scott is supposed to be that dude for us. That's my point with the Mike Scott thing. He's supposed to be Mike Scott, the one who get the grunt minutes, who step in ball spaces, who do the trash talk. He's our Patrick Beverly. Why is he only getting 2 minutes? Brett Brown loves the soft Euro player. He's infatuated with these not too aggressive type players. That like I said, you got to remember where he come from. San Antonio, Tim Duncan, Ginobili, Parker. He a little bit more softer dudes, but these dudes was legit ballers, Hall of Famers. He trying to play that same type of chemistry with people who not. I mean, so the only bull stood out on our team outside of B to me was Jay Rich actually played decent. I can't hate on Rich.
He was so streaky to me, man.
But he is. But Trey Burks, Alec Burks continues to impress me, and he only getting better. I'm liking Burke a lot.
But ain't he a free agent?
Yeah, he is.
That's what I'm saying. That's what we gotta get Brett back. He gonna mess that up too.
But he wants money though. I can't get mad at him. You know, when he was playing in Golden State, averaging 16, 17, he figured this was his ticket to get paid in the offseason. That's why, he was a little upset when he got traded here and he found himself not playing.
And Glenn Robinson III. I think we really missing Glenn Robinson III because he get buckets too. He can shoot. So
that's what I'm saying. Another dude, Brett Brown, though, early on, yanked in and out the lineup, and that
crazy thing. If you
get my blood pressure up.
If you really think about it, Elton Brand has given him pieces to be successful, and he keep just messing it up. Like last year,
it all up.
He brought Tobias in, and Jimmy Butler was like, "Listen." Plus the squad we already had with JJ, and was like, "Here, make this happen," and then Brett just messed it up.
Let me ask y'all though. I mean, how can you really blame last year on Brett?
Yeah,
The
Why not?
playoffs with B with the sickness and not balling.
listen,
A lot of that does befall B. I will say that.
B missed. Didn't he miss a game that series?
I mean that to me that team
yeah.
was
he was tired.
he was like he was like that team last year. He was like Steve Kerr with Golden State.
Yeah,
Right?
he didn't have to coach.
Yeah, he just had to step back. Jimmy grabbed over the point guard late in games and stuff like that. He just kind of stepped back and watched it happen. And I'm sure a couple coaching tweaks here and there. Probably he still ran TJ out there a little too much for me. Remember, he was still infatuated with TJ McConnell last
They had
year.
to force him to sit down.
He still
So
did
yes,
that.
I could blame to answer your question. That TJ point, yes, I could blame.
Yeah.
So he still did a little bit of that to me. He still ran Korkmaz out there.
That was last year. Was last year when he was running Fulton out the lineup?
Yeah.
We traded him at the end because
yeah.
Remember they started the year off where he played in the first half and the second half. He said he played JJ.
I think he fell in love with JJ too much. That whole JJ experience. Him and B. B fell in love with JJ too.
Yeah. So JJ can give you 18 points easy with the 3-point shot, but defensively he was just a liability. Now we got a vice versa now. Now the boy Richardson is good defensively, but he can't shoot. So
go ahead.
I expected more out of Jay Rich. He's very streaky.
I mean, but he gave you the night, which I expected. I expected 15 to 18 points from him to complement. That's what he gave you. What was his field goal percentage? I'm not sure what his field goal percentage was. But he gave you about what I want. I want 18 points. If he could give you 18, you expect at that point B to give you 20, 25 to 30, and Tobias to give you around 25. With that extra couple points from Tobias, we could have won that game, taken it overtime or what have you. But Tobias came up small tonight too. And Big Al. Big Al should be giving you 12 to 14 points a game consistently.
Yeah.
I think we should have had Shake in a little more. I agree. He doesn't like Shake in the fourth quarter. I guess he went with Burke. He didn't like Shake to close the game out. But Shake had a solid game. He didn't make a lot of mistakes. He hit his open shots.
But remember, Shake came in that one play with 7 minutes in the fourth quarter. He came in like 7:30. The first play he came in the game, he got his pocket picked. He did something stupid.
Then he yanked him. I mean,
he wanted to get in the weight room in the off season though.
I agree.
He got to get in. He got to come in like Tatum. Remember how small Tatum was? Now he looked like Rocky coming up there. The bull. You could tell he was hitting the steel over the summer last year.
Yeah. A lot of NBA players, basketball players, don't like to lift weights because they think it's going to hinder their jump shot, especially jump shooters and out and guards and stuff. But you got to. Like, this is a big. It really turned to a strength game a lot of times on every position. So you got to hit those weights.
The best lineup I saw that he ran with, it was Shake, Burks, Tobias, Embiid, and Thibault. That lineup right there, that's how we got the lead back. We was trailing like most of the game, and then he put that lineup, and we was good.
I would replace Thibault with Mike Scott, to be honest with you. I'd give Mike Scott more to tip. I would. Mike Scott more. He's quicker to shoot. Thibault passes too much. He's not really an offensive. It ain't like his defense is so locked down like he Rodman, where his 5 points is going to be eclipsed by 12 rebounds and a whole bunch of blocks and steals. He's not that good defensively to me to lean on his offensive skill set. And right now, Mike Scott to me gives you just as good solid defense and better offense. You got to go with Mike Scott. Maybe I'm missing something, but I'm going with Mike Scott.
I see what you're saying. I would give him more than 2 minutes. Like Korkmaz, there's no reason for him to play at all in this playoffs. I think we all can agree with that. I think Korkmaz should be headed back to Turkey sometime soon. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, he fall. But that's what I'm saying. Brett Brown, he coming from a Euro championship winning team, where the majority of players was either European or from the islands. Was it Duncan from the Virgin Islands or something?
Yeah.
So he fell in love. Butch McGaw from France, the point guard. So he fell in love with the Euro kind of players, and I honestly think, I'm telling y'all, I think Brett Brown thinks the Euro players are more coachable. I honestly
We
believe
know
that.
that. That's exactly what it is.
I honestly believe that.
He likes the ability to just.
He's looking for a bomber. Remember that? He's trying to create a bomber. That's what Korkmaz's supposed to be. But these dudes that were playing Boston Celtics players are too much of an athlete for Korkmaz to be on the floor.
I agree. So when we lose, what's next? When we play, when's our next game?
Wednesday. We got a game Wednesday. We got a game Friday. And then we got a game Sunday. So we playing every 2 days. And I think we're gonna be all right though. I think we still may.
Do you think we win in game 2?
Yeah, I think we'll win game 2.
Ethan, you think we win in game 2?
No.
Thank you.
But I do see a route.
How you see us winning game 2? Like, what do you see? Who do you see stepping up?
That game was real close. Y'all understand? Let me see. In the beginning, it was close, and then they took the lead, and they had a nice advantage. But then what happened was we came back with that squad, that 5 that I told you about. But then what happened was Brett Brown needs to win us a game, and
it felt like the game was further than the score would indicate.
I know what you thought. At some points of the game it was, but first of all, the atmosphere was nice. I felt like it was a real playoff atmosphere, which got a little chippy. Embiid and Smart, they don't like each other. And they start bumping each other. Like Embiid's if he wasn't on the Sixers, I would hate him. I really would.
Yeah.
He said,
let me ask you this question. I mean, is Embiid the best big man in the game? Are we? I mean, I know everybody want to say that and throw it out there because he's the biggest dude as regards, height and size combination. And Shaq and Barkley and he should be averaging 30 every night. I mean, you got AD, you got Jokic. Is he the best big man in the game right now? Or is this up for debate?
Well, AD, I think him and AD is neck and neck. If you gonna go with
AD, if B get his stamina up, he could be the best big man in the game. I just don't think. I don't know. Maybe the weight. I don't know what it is about big guys and lack of stamina, but he needs to get his stamina up.
I think something that'll help, and I agree. I think something that'll help with him, and I was mentioning this to y'all earlier. He needs to get his shot faster. Like all the extra banging early in the game to try to get post position. It's cool to bang here and there, but you gotta get the ball, boom, take a shot. Get the ball, turn around, boom. Get the ball, spin move, boom to the basket. All this trying to bang, 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 hold it, wait, look around, bang again.
No, I agree.
It's too much. It's too much. Make a quick decision, get your shot up, or get the ball out your hands, and then continue to play on. He's wearing his own self down with all the extraness early in the game.
But that third quarter was impressive. The third quarter, the Sixers, they came together. They was balling. They was hitting shots. I think they missed just 3 or 4 shots the whole period. They was balling that third quarter. So they have the ability. They have the answers. I think Burks can score, Shea can score, Embiid can score, Tobias can score. And I think I don't think we as far off or as big of a gap between us and Boston, because Boston's not tall at all. They struggled on defense. Embiid was all over them boards. So
they did struggle on the boards, but the only consistent players we have really is for a length of period that's shown for a period of time is Toby and B.
Yeah.
I mean, can we rely on Burks eventually? Maybe.
Yeah,
but I mean,
yes. I'm telling you,
that's not
I think we
proven
rely
yet.
on Burks. I think Burks is going to be the real deal. I honestly think we could not necessarily like build a future like he that dude, but I think he can be a solid starter piece, or at least the very first dude comes the bench in the championship run.
I totally agree 100%.
And this is why, but goes back to Ben. All this goes back. It's 2 people I can't stand.
No
Brett
no
and
hate.
Ben.
No
Brett and
Ben.
Ben. You got to listen. In all honesty, the point Ethan said when he said, if we get another coach, who's the firepower. If Ben Simmons played like he should, that wouldn't even be a question. That wouldn't even be a question. You would have Ben, you would have B, you would have Tobias, and then you would have to sprinkle in a solid supporting cast of defensive dudes, maybe throw another jump shooter, JJ Redick S-type player, and you will be set. Ben and Brett is the reason why this team is in flux and going to be in flux for the next couple of years, man. It's sad to see. It starts off with Brett, and then Ben fouled it all up, being retarded, being jumper handicapped. It's frustrating.
Here's what I will say, though. Free agency. Would you let Richardson go?
Yes.
If I got confidence that Burke won't take his spot, I think I would. I'll probably pay the money to him, to Burks, that I was going to play to Richardson. I think Burke, because how old is Burks? He's pretty young, ain't he?
Alec Burks? That's a good question.
What's his age looking like? So, I mean, right now, what he's looking like he could be, he is at least on par with where Richardson's at now. So, if you're talking about upside and future to grow with B, I'm going with Burks.
You're 29.
Okay, maybe I'm not going with Burks.
And Richardson is 20. And Richardson is 26. Richardson is 26.
I'm going with Richardson then. I mean, I like Burks, but at that point, I gotta go with the younger player over the older player. I thought Burks was younger.
Buddy Hill is looking to come to Philadelphia. Would you go after him as a starting shooter guard? Him and Ben up top.
Him and Ben.
Yeah.
Is he a free agent, or we got to trade for him?
We would have to trade for him.
Then you got to trade Ben for him. They're not taking out Horford for Buddy.
They saying they may take Al Horford because they want
the contract.
Yeah.
And Ben.
No, they're not. Ben is Wayne look like he's frozen.
His Wi-Fi connection is suspect.
I know the coach don't like Buddy Hill for some reason over there in Sacramento.
Yeah.
Buddy a shooter. I mean, I like Buddy. I like Buddy coming out of college. I watched him in college. I mean, y'all know me. Ethan talked about him before. I like Buddy Hill. I wouldn't mind having Buddy Hill on this team.
I wouldn't mind having Buddy Hill and still keeping Ben.
That's what I'm saying. It'd be him, Buddy Hill, Ben, Buddy up top, B, Tobias down low,
and Al.
So you doing a signing?
I'll be out of here.
Mike Scott, you start Mike?
No, Mike is not a starter in this league.
But you need a
no, you need a guy. I could go. Listen, you can't have too much offensive firepower.
That's what I'm about to say. You need a role-playing guy like Mike Scott.
And that's why I'm saying
that's going to do the dirty work.
Thank you. I agree. I think Mike Scott would fit perfect into a lineup with Ben. You talking about you got a scorer, Buddy averaging 20, close to 20, either 20 or close to 20 a game in Sacramento. Then you got B averaging 20. Tobias should be averaging at least close to 20. And then you got you said Al Horford going, and you got Ben. Ben gonna give you 15.
With his 14, 7, and 7.
Yeah, he's gonna give you his 14, 7, and 7. All you need now is a dude to come in there and give you 8 points, like a Draymond. You need
how about this though? How about Shake?
Bench. Come off the bench.
Shake and Hill and Buddy up top. Ben, B, and Tobias down low.
I don't think Shake's a starter in this league. I like Shake, but to me, he's just not a starter.
I kind of agree with Ethan a little bit on that. I don't see championship team starter. Maybe a growing team you could grow with, a team middle pack like the Wizards or something.
I think he just needs opportunity.
I mean, that could be possible too. That could be possible. I mean, I do agree. I do agree with Wayne's point and Ethan was saying about Ben. I don't think he's happy playing down low. I think the only way you going to maybe even motivate him to shoot is to actually put that ball back in his hand at the point guard position. Other than that, I think we lose him. He checks out. He's going to check out mentally, and we done. We might as well just trade him.
He's going to go back. He has to go back to being a point guard. He's not going to want to be on this team. I don't see that happening. You can't take an all-star point guard. He just went to the all-star game and tell him he's a power forward. That ain't gonna fly with these guys.
Yo, Wayne.
Things like that.
Hey, Brooks, you here? You there? He's trying to get his internet connection together, I think.
Yeah, yeah, he's on that. He's on that
Yeah, I can now,
Galaxy
man.
team.
My this
Yeah, he sound like a robot. You sound like you on Tron or something like
uh
that.
uh
like he in a
He on the
spaceship.
IBM.
He sound like computer love. Like everybody be like
Computer love.
my phone.
hey,
Oh man.
So
But,
y'all basically gave up at the game one. Y'all feel like the series is over.
I want it to be a series, so we'll see. You know.
I mean, for the sake of basketball, for the sake of my own Sixers fandom, I wouldn't mind seeing a series, but I do want to see Brett going. So either way is fine for me, I guess, in some roundabout way. Look, the dog, calm down. The dog want to say hi.
What's up?
Because I'm a basketball fan, I'll still have a lot of basketball to watch, even if the Sixers get knocked out. I like seeing good basketball.
I do too.
You know, I do enjoy my Sixers, but being a basketball fan, I still got a lot of good basketball to watch.
This actually that's why this Clippers game is so exciting. This joint is pretty popular.
Yeah. I know what was dumb though. Did y'all see that flagrant foul that Al Horford gave the ball?
Very dumb.
No, I thought that was to me that was a nut call, man. That call was suspect because he did what you taught to do. Don't if you're gonna foul him, don't let him finish. It just looked kind of bad because he was in the air.
You should have wrapped him up.
He tried to hold. He jumped in the air and he grabbed his arm and tried to hold him from falling. I'm trying to figure out how when you're trying to protect somebody that's a flagrant. Like it would to me, the NBA's gotten way too soft with these calls. They reviewing every little dumb call.
No, I hated that.
And I think that Ethan said it earlier. I think they jumped the gun based off his reaction. He went to the ground acting like he was hurt.
He was like, "It's nothing new." I was like, "Nothing. It ain't nothing new."
But it looked like he threw him to the ground. Though.
It did. The way
but
it
you gotta
looked,
remember,
really...
he in the air. Like, the boy ain't no little dude. Like, you could just hold him up. So when he was in the air, his momentum going. When you grab him, of course, it's going to kind of swing.
But he
his
used
momentum a little bit.
He used two hands though.
You taught not to let the players. You taught if you're going to foul somebody, don't foul them and let them get the N one. That's all that was. It's like,
but I do understand this era. These dudes. I mean, I know a lot of people like comparing it to back in the day. That wouldn't have been a flagrant. But these guys nowadays, you got to understand, they jump higher and they run faster than back in the day. So they can get hurt more because they more athletic. They in the air higher than these dudes. They running faster than these dudes. So I guess you do got to kind of be a little more.
But that's my thing.
Mindful of the injuries.
I agree with that, and that's why I'm saying what I'm saying. Though it looked like he tried to hold him up, even though like he ended up hitting the ground. It didn't look like to me that
it looked like I don't know about that. It looked like he purposely let him go and didn't make an attempt to help him up at all.
Not to help him up. I'm talking about the whole. To me, it didn't look like he threw him to the ground. It kind of looked like his momentum kind of carried him, and obviously he ain't strong enough to completely hold him up. So he kind of just like. Laid him. It kind of like he just laid him like to the side. It just didn't look malicious to me. Like,
did it look like Boston players were all in Al Horford's head?
Yeah, he was all screaming like he never showed any emotion ever since he's been with us. But for some reason, he grabbed one rebound and went crazy. Like I was like, yo, chill.
they was in his head, and he played like it. He played horrible.
That's who you see that bull Markieff. The Morris brothers, that's Mike Scott. That's the kind of player we need. Them Bulls, their games remind me so much of each other, man. Mike Scott is like one of the Morris brothers. Their height is very similar. They play the game very similar. They got decent offensive repertoire, could knock down an open shot here and there, but they got heart and lots of it, and they go hard. Mike Scott from DC, from Baltimore or something, like he a real one. That's why I'm trying to say you putting these boys Thibault on there, Thibault to dye his hair, put peroxide on. Like, come on, man. I'm tired of these boys, man. Like, this is what I'm talking about, man. You need sometimes you need legit heart ballers. Boys who ready to go. Thibault ain't ready to go like that. He's not.
I agree with that. I can actually agree with that. Sometimes To go
So
ahead.
you got that's that player's atmosphere. You got to match that energy.
Yes. Yes. It's like football. What kind of linebacker you want? You want a linebacker who kind of like, drag boys down. And like, no, you want somebody who going in there
Let's hit it.
hard. Boom, hitting the line, not playing no games.
He just been so streaky. I think that they just been letting him just to they've been hating on him a little bit because he's been so streaky.
He was hurt, wasn't he?
No, I think he just been having a so-so type of year.
Who, Mike Scott?
Yeah.
I mean, but he's not like that's what I'm saying. What are you expecting from Mike Scott? I'm not expecting Mike Scott to be Tobias. If anything, I'm more disappointed in Tobias' streakiness than anything because he's supposed to be a scorer. Mike Scott never was supposed to be a scorer. Like I said, he to me, he reminded me of the Morris brothers. He on a type vibe. If you get him open, yeah, he can knock down a shot here and there, but he's really there to enforce defense and to not let your team get punked. We've been getting punked.
Yeah.
By the likes of Smart. Smart like 6'4". He run around punking Horford and them. This is crazy.
Smart play like he's 7 foot though.
He do. Like Patrick Beverly. He better a pair of black Air Force One.
He better than Patrick Beverly. I don't care. I don't know. Y'all hype Patrick Beverly up.
But I'm saying Patrick Beverly is an enforcer. He getting your head.
Patrick Beverly is giving you 18 points a game.
What?
Patrick Beverly from the Clippers?
He averaged 18 points a game.
Yeah.
Let me see.
Unless I'm lying. But no, I think, how much is the average this year?
Let me verify that. Patrick Beverly this year is averaging
not even double digits.
Hold on, what's it? Points. Patrick Beverly's averaging 7 points a game. 7.9, 8 points.
Okay. I meant to say take away.
The most he ever averaged in career was 12.2 points a game, was the most Patrick Beverly ever averaged.
And he probably only played 6 games that year.
Okay, so you was right. Like you said.
That's what I'm saying. Patrick Beverly is like I'll probably take Smart offense over Patrick Beverly, but Patrick Beverly is an irritant. He's a thug on the court. He's the kind of dude that you need to enforce stuff. And we don't have that on the team. I think the only dude we really got to do that is Mike Scott, and he got 2 minutes tonight.
Wayne, how you think? Wayne, you there?
No. He's still not
nah. He's trying to steal Wi-Fi from his neighbor and ain't coming through that.
Actually, I got an unlimited data plan on this tablet.
Why are you wet?
Oh man, yo Wayne,
I'm just not getting a clear connection with this joint. They keep putting it out.
Go.
What you think about the game?
Why you wet? Get. Oh, God, my fault, y'all.
I see your eyes blinking.
Y'all got me in there?
A little bit. Go ahead.
No, my cup choppy.
Go ahead. You sound all right now. For a second. We'll see.
I think the game is exactly where it was. It's the order well, Brett, man. If that's all it is, this is what this is game.
You still
look like
that.
Hey Tim, make sure you edit that out when you
Yeah, your jaw still sounded like I hear you, but your mic sound robotic.
Yeah. What's up with your phone? You don't want to go to your phone?
What'd you say?
Unplug your mic.
Yeah, unplug your mic.
There you go.
Yeah, but am I chopping out still though?
That sounds a little better. Go ahead.
It's coming out.
Huh?
Well, it's just what we said it was. It's what it is, man. Just like a game, right? Football. Go inside the beach. He don't beach the ball.
Wayne, we got nothing. Wayne, we got nothing.
You sound like Jar Jar Binks, like every other word coming through you. Like, he got Uber E, got Uber D, but D, but down. That's what it sound like. You sound like Jar Jar Binks up in this joint, dog.
I'm about to do some editing like yo.
Yeah, Wayne got that pop vision.
Yeah.
Going on.
Oh man, yeah, he got to sit this one out.
Yeah, we'll see him on Friday.
Yeah, when he get his he got some of his tune his connection up a little bit.
I know.
But what was we saying? We talk about the Sixers getting swept, right?
No. No, I think it's gonna be all right. I think this is good. They're gonna be. We're done with them for this particular year. But I'm not giving up yet. I'm not. I'm gonna reverse it. I'm not gonna give up yet. I think.
I mean, it's gonna be interesting to see how this thing, play out. This should be a team that we know very well for the most part. They know us. We know them. It's going to be hard for them to sweep us. If they do sweep us, like I said, it's no way. It's no way you could bring Brett Brown back if we get swept.
He's gone. My thing is they need to work out a way to get rid of Al Horford. Al Horford should be the key. He doesn't fit this team.
I agree.
The structure of this team is not fit for Al Horford to be here.
I agree with that.
You that's a huge mistake. Somebody probably need to pay for that with their job.
Brett Brown.
No, that was
Brown didn't bring him in there. That was Elton Brand.
Yeah, that was Elton.
Trust me, that was Brett Brown.
I can see Brett Brown
Elton.
piping that though.
I can see Elton Brand. You know why I can see Elton Brand? Because he wants to build a team like he planned on it.
Yeah, he living vicariously through Al Horford.
Yeah, like we got another six. He was a 6'10", 2010 ball, and he want to throw all these 6'10" balls on the team and think they're gonna play like that. I don't even see his vision. What do you think his vision is for this team?
Who, Elton Brand?
Yeah,
that's a good question. I think his vision was last year when he made the trade for Jimmy Butler and he made the trade for Tobias Harris. I think that was his vision. I think that was the squad that was capable of winning. Because you got to think about next year. Next year in the East, the Nets is going to come out with this playoff team, but now they're going to have Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant in the starting lineup.
We done.
So how are we going to beat that squad?
That's what I was saying. That's what I was saying. Either Ben develops, or we have to trade him for a superstar. It's all about Ben Simmons. To be honest, we got our legitimate B, we got Toby, but it's all about that third. Today's NBA, you need 3 legitimate superstar type players, and it's all about.
You actually need probably 4.
Are we possibly trading Ben? I wouldn't mind trading Ben for somebody like the Bull from Washington, if that's possible to swap that contract with the Bull.
Bradley Beal?
Yeah, we could get somebody like Bill on the team, have Bill start the shooting guard, and then you keep Trey. I keep saying Trey. The Bull,
Alec
Burks at the point guard or whatever. Bradley Beal definitely a shooting guard. So now we got to find a point guard. But I agree. I mean, if Ben, I have no hopes of Ben developing a jump shot. That left 2 years ago for me.
You've been consistent with that.
So at this point, you gotta get him out of here. Get in. If you could get, I don't think you won't be able to get the Bull from Phoenix. I don't think that's happening. But if you could go ahead and get your hands on Bradley Beal, now you're saying something. Now you got Bill, B, Tobias. I think we could go toe to toe any team out the East with that lineup, depending on who you trickle in around.
Hey Tim.
Yo.
Since you still sold on the Sixers, what do they gotta do game 2 to win?
They gotta
win.
Exactly.
Tim think they are. So we gotta see what they gotta do game 2.
It's not over yet. You done? You totally done with this? You think the series is over?
I hope they get swept in an ugly fashion so that there's no hope for Brett Brown to be resurrected.
That's what I said. Thank you. Thank you for echoing my exact sentiments in so few words. I appreciate it.
I was trying to say, listen, man, let me tell you, this is what the Sixers was playing bully ball in the beginning. They was winning. In the last 2 minutes, did Embiid touch the ball in the post at all the last 2 minutes?
Nope.
I don't think so.
So who does that go to? The coaching, right?
Doris Burke kept saying that too. She was like, they need to go down to get B involved, and they weren't.
They had no solution for Embiid. And that's what I'm saying. When it comes down to it, Brett Brown sticks with what he knows. If he stays here next year, we'll probably get rid of Shake Milton, Alec Burks.
Which would be dumb.
European.
It would be absolutely stupid to do.
Yep, I agree. You're going to keep Thibault, Neto, and Korkmaz. You absolutely right.
And what's the dude, Bellinelli? He gonna probably try to go bring Bellinelli back in. And
Like a one-trick pony. Like this is what I know. But it's up to him. And be the one who saved his job last year. He can't do it again this year. He can't.
I agree.
Ain't nobody saving his job. This your only guy can do that.
Yeah, if he gets swept, if we get swept, there's no way of playing if he stays. And that's why I will be completely content with them getting swept by Boston. It'd be time to move on, which should have happened 2 years ago.
I just hate Boston so much. It's just a little hard to swallow.
But that's exactly it, though, Ethan. That's just like if the Eagles is like teetering around, but then they get blown out by Dallas in the playoffs.
Yep.
Everybody get mad, like all hold up.
Yeah.
Yep.
So if you get swept by Boston, I don't think there's any Sixers fan in this area that could justify bringing him back.
I agree. I amen that.
But why did it take like a tornado, like an avalanche for this to happen?
First of all, us being the 6th seed alone should be a problem. That should be enough to get fired.
I agree. But to answer your question, Tim, Wayne been saying this for a long time, and I'm going to have to echo Wayne's sentiments. Brett Brown is the master of disguise. Like, this dude has mastered the ability to act like we always right there and we always one piece away, or we always like in some kind of rebuild phase and we about to be there. He's mastered that technique for 7 years.
Yeah.
He's mastered it, y'all.
Because remember how he got the old general manager fired by leaking all them Twitter messages and he found the burner account. That was Brett Brown the whole time. Everybody knew that was Brett Brown. Got the man out of here because he knew Brett Brown was about to get fired. He's like, I'm gonna fire you before you fire me.
Yep.
And that's
the master deception.
That's what I'm saying, man. Everything that he did, he's calculating with it. Like, remember, a lot of people want to give Elton Brand like gripe. Like Elton Brand, the only thing Elton Brand did, in my opinion, the horrible thing that he did was sign Al Horford. That's the only thing. And I think at that point he really had no choice because wasn't nobody coming here. Jimmy ain't want to stay here.
Yeah.
JJ wasn't going to stay here at a discount.
Al Horford was a terrible sign. Before you got on here, I said that should get somebody fired.
Yeah. But that's when I think about this. Like, people want to try to put last year on Elton Brand. Elton Brand didn't come until after Brett Brown put this team. Remember, Brett Brown wanted to get Bellinelli. Bellinelli said, no, I'm good. He wanted to bring back Ilyasova. Ilyasova was like, nope, I'm good. Yep. So then he brought in Muscala and some other dude. Then started talking about he got to develop a bomber. Elton Brand gave him the best team. That team with Jimmy.
That's why I said that earlier. I said that last squad that he created last year was nice. That whole squad was nice.
It was like a microwave dinner. He ain't had to do nothing except put in a microwave and push the button. Yep. He ain't had to do no real coaching. It was like Kerr with Golden State. We talked about this a little earlier when it was ready to go. And and you know we lost a tough ball series. We was trying to. The question was, Wayne, and we're gonna ask you since you came in. I'm gonna ask you, who do you think was the downfall to that series in Toronto last year? You put more blame on Brett or on B?
I want to say in that series, Bede, but it was Brett built this culture. Brett built this culture of these soft dudes, man. Like the whole thing. Like, remember, it's like when Bede first came back. Oh, well, we want a low management. He wanted to try to play it like he was in San Antonio, but you ain't had the same dogs that you had in San Antonio.
Exactly.
And that's what Brett tried to build this on. And now you got Embiid. Remember when Embiid first came back? Every time he would go to the basket, he would trip and fall. And you'd be like, oh goodness, is he hurt? He'd be laying on the ground for like 5 minutes, like, oh. Did he get up? I'm all right. It's that mentality. That's why I said from the jump, you can't have the same dude that was losing on purpose come in here and be the dude that's going to rebuild. You can't.
I agree. And for some reason, a lot of the fans, including me, I'll be the one that said, we got to give him a shot because he was there for the whole losing mentality, the whole tanking. But no, he was brought in to tank. And so he did a good job, and he got like $20 million. We should just let him go at that point.
I agree.
Let me ask you this, though, right? Because you say the tanking things. So when you say tank, what do you think his job was to come in here and lose games on purpose?
Yeah.
I don't.
I think. What was you thinking? They was trying.
I think the tanking process wasn't about him losing on purpose. The tanking part was them getting rid of any talent that they had and putting a team full of bums out there where they couldn't help but to lose. But remember, the Sixers used to be in a lot of games.
Yeah.
They actually have a lot of leads, and then at the half, coaches make adjustments, and next thing you know, they getting blown out by 20. That's why I said to me, that's the coach.
See, I thought my thing is, I thought he was like their road manager. Like they just want him to babysit the squad. Like we're gonna get you a bunch of kids, and you just make sure that they in at a certain hour and that practice is going. But outside of extra coaching, I think he was just there just to let them play, call timeouts, know how to. You get 5 timeouts, call each of them. That's all he was assigned to do. He wasn't.
He wasn't. He never coached before in the NBA level, right? So he wasn't learning nothing either by doing that.
Exactly.
He should. And when I actually was watching a lot of them games during the tanking era, and I was getting frustrated. I think I was talking to somebody because these guys played dumb basketball. They was poorly taught to play ball. And I was like, what is Brett doing? I mean, we in games, but they did dumb stuff. I was like, who is teaching these guys to play ball? And I blame the coach.
That's true.
I never thought he was a coach. He wasn't a good teacher of men. You still got to teach these dudes ball.
Yep.
You know what we did? The thing is, we might have. I'm 2013. I think that was the year that we drafted Michael Carter Williams and Nerlens Noel. That's the year we could have had Giannis and what's the bull from what's the other guard with Portland? Not
You talking about PJ?
Huh?
McCollum?
Yeah. We could have had them two. That could have been our 2 staples instead of having Embiid and Ben.
But see, I don't necessarily think that you can't win with Embiid and Ben. I think that if you have a good enough coach, that you can coach even without Ben shooting. And I'm not delusional. You know, I said the whole thing to my Ben was going to be a top 3 point guard. All that was me hoping for real. But it was. But defensively, and he's a physical asset. To me, if you got a good enough coach, they should be able to coexist at least to a certain extent. The coach is just horrible. He has a coaching system that doesn't fit this team.
You know what could be even worse for us though, for the Sixers?
Uh-oh.
Y'all do realize that if B didn't get hurt, we would have never drafted him, right? So we could have drafted the bull
Parker?
Wiggins or Parker. We'd have had Wiggins or Parker.
We was getting Wiggins.
Wiggins is not – he's not a superstar. Wiggins is not bad. He's actually turned out to be a nice player.
We could have had Wiggins or Parker.
And they wanted Wiggins because he was one of them. He was a Canadian, so he wasn't American. And
he got beat by default.
Yeah, I know.
We did.
Listen, I mean, yeah, but at the same time, I mean, Wayne, I hear you. Like, you wasn't here for this, but I think we all have unanimously moved on from Ben. We're trying to think of good trades for Ben. Bradley Beal. We talk about.
You're not going to get value for Ben Simmons.
I'm not talking about Ben alone. We got to package this dude. We talking about a package deal to get rid of the contract. Ben Al Horford in the sign and trade with Jay Rich, and we getting Bradley Beal.
That's
so wait,
too much.
Ben Simmons and Al Horford contract.
All right, maybe not both of them, but we got maybe not them both, but we got it. Ben still has a. Do you know the crazy part though is? I'm gonna tell you now. Ben value is actually about to go up slightly. And I'm gonna tell you why. If we get swept by a ball, you gotta remember the national media don't hone in as much as we do. Even other teams nationally don't hone in the Ben's, and it's like McNabb. Remember, everybody always swore McNabb was this, that, and third, but we knew who McNabb was.
Yeah.
Ben is very similar to McNabb.
But they are honing in on Ben now. They are.
A little bit, but if we get swept by Boston, it's actually going to make Ben look good because most people going to say if they ain't have Ben, they wouldn't have got swept. Not knowing if we would have had Ben, we still would have got swept if we would have had Ben.
We went 3-1 with Boston against Boston this year. So when Ben played, we dominated Boston.
I still think we got swept by Boston if we would have had Ben. But
No,
you
we
need,
wouldn't. No, we wouldn't.
No.
Ben Simmons would have
I-
played better defense on Tatum than anybody that was on that floor tonight.
I might have to agree with that.
I can agree with that. But either way, Ben stock is going to go up slightly, and I think that's the time. I think it's the time to get rid of him. I think now with his stock going up because he hurt, and if we get swept, it's going to make a huge difference on how people view Ben and his importance and the impact to a team. We can get his stock up, and we got to get rid of him because we know he ain't getting no better.
I'm gonna tell you, not getting Bradley Beal though, because Washington has John Wall. You might be able to get John Wall. Would you settle for John Wall?
No, he can't even play a quarter. He's injury prone. He hasn't played in 2 years. You gonna play
getting Bill?
Why
would they want 2 point guards on their team with John Wall and Ben?
They probably get
2 point guards that can't shoot.
Wall. They probably get ready to get rid of John Wall. They probably buy him out and send him all packing somewhere or something. I think they're ready to move on from John Wall for real. How they going to do it, I don't know, but I think they're ready to.
Yeah, John Wall got a big contract too. That's what I'm saying. It's not going to be that easy to get rid of Ben Simmons.
Yeah.
And to me, see, sometimes it's kind of like the same argument we had with Markelle Fultz. Remember how like everybody was like, well, Markelle, he's a bust for a #1 overall draft pick. He's a bum. And yeah, he ain't live up to the #1 overall draft pick stuff, but he's not a bum. So that's what I'm saying, like even with Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons ain't trash. He don't shoot, but he's not trash. He gets rebounds, he plays defense, and he gets assists.
But I don't think once again, this goes back to me with his contract. With his contract and the way this team is consistent, I don't think we could win a championship with Ben, B, and Tobias. We need more firepower. And you ain't gonna bring in more firepower with Ben making $105 million. You're just not.
And you're not going to get rid of Ben's $105 million contract and not bring other contracts on.
That's true.
I mean, but at least if I bring another contract on, I'm bringing a bull who can score and give me some firepower. That's my thing. If it's possible, I mean, I'm not even sure if you crunch the numbers. If it's possible to get a Bradley Beal, if it's possible to get a Booker, I'm throwing that out there. But if it's possible to get somebody who's a legit scorer who matches that contract, I'm game all day.
But I don't think
they ain't bringing enough firepower to win us a championship.
Why would Phoenix give away Booker?
I'm just saying. Listen, I'm just saying. I'm spitting.
But listen, see this where I kind of differ with you because I think they do got enough offensive firepower. If you,
who?
I'm about to tell you, you don't have to have.
Houseway.
Tobias scores his 18, right? If Embiid is averaging 25 like he was last year, 25 points a game. And then you're talking about Jay Rich getting like 16, Ben getting 16, 17, Tobias getting like 18. Like even when you look at Burks, Alec Burks was averaging 16 points a game in Golden State, and you see signs that he scores now. To me, that's the coach. He keeps trying to force a.
But this is all right. But this is the point. All right, you put Ben back in there. One of the points is going. Alec Burks ain't going to get that amount of clock once you get Ben back in the lineup. Somebody's points is going to suffer. And they're going to suffer for a bull who don't shoot that much, who actually bogs down the offense because he can only get his points inside with Ben. This is the whole problem with B. This is the whole problem with Ben in the first place. He bogs the offense down a bit.
But they're not losing just because they can't score. That you do realize they lose a lot of times because of mental breakdowns and dumb plays. It's not like they got doors blown off.
The name of basketball is to score more than your opponent. So actually losing because they're not scoring enough.
So if they lose because they keep ball and they let the opponent score easier. That's why
the dog that is get off the mic.
That's
Wayne.
Yo, JR!
Oh, that's Ephraim Little Mutts.
No. So who y'all got on Friday on Wednesday game? Who y'all have? Y'all think we can pull out Wednesday?
I'm praying they don't.
So y'all see, I don't want them to get past the second round. The second round is because if he get past the second round, he got a chance to coming back. But if they don't get past the second round, he's not coming back. So I would at least like to have at least one good round of playoff basketball against the Celtics.
I mean, we can win if Tatum, Jalen, and Hayward get hurt.
Yo, I'm telling you too. I'm telling y'all. The Bull. When we come next year, and this is why I say back to my firepower point real quick. We don't have enough firepower when Durant and Kyrie come back, and to go against Milwaukee and to go against Toronto. We don't have enough firepower for them. We got to get somebody on here who can score to help out B. We don't have enough with Ben Simmons on his team. We will get blasted by them two teams when they come back. I guarantee you.
Yes, we will. Tobias can't even create his own shot.
Nope.
Kyrie don't match up against Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons will manhandle him every time down.
You need to. I'm logging off.
I just need some.
No. Drake? Drake? Ben? Nah. No, I'm not agreeing with that. He might be able to do a little something with him on defensive tip, but nah, I'm not. Ben don't do
First of
enough.
all,
He don't do
Ben
enough.
is going to have to guard KD. That's who Ben going to have to guard.
Yeah, he can't
Forget
do that.
Kyrie. He got to guard KD.
It ain't about. So who's gonna guard Ben?
Nobody. Ben
The
guards
basket.
himself.
The basket.
So you tell me Kyrie Irving is on Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons not just gonna go to the basket at will.
No, remember he
No.
did. This is our point.
That's real.
He remember he did this. This is what I'm saying. Remember last year he had the bull. Which one called on him? Who was that? The bull from Boston. He had the bull. Which one called on him? The bull. I can't even. Not
Kimber?
Boston. What team was this last
Kimber?
year? Last year playoff. Who we played last year? Miami, and we played Toronto. It was somebody on one of them teams he had on him, and Ben still refused to throw the ball in the paint and body him. He don't have that type of game. He's not a scorer. He's not even thinking about scoring. The only way Ben scored, y'all know, Wayne, you said this last year. He get the rebound, run to the basket, try to dunk. That's all he do.
No,
I'm
no.
done with him.
Last year, no, that's not true because last year he let Van Fleet had the most awfulest run with us in Toronto. Couldn't
That's
score.
because his baby mom was pregnant with his daughter, and once his daughter, he exploded.
No, it was Ben shut down Van Fleet.
I'm talking about offensively. We talking about offensively what he going to do against the person. He ain't shutting down Kevin Durant. That's what he's thinking. But let's say
Ain't nobody shutting down Kevin Durant though.
But I'm talking about what does Ben do against the mismatch? Ben got a mismatch almost every night. He's 4 inches taller than any guard he plays against, and he still don't dominate him.
So who on the Nets is going to stick Ben? Are you telling me Durant's going to be the one to stick him?
It's gonna be Kyrie to stick Ben, and he not gonna do nothing.
Kyrie cannot stick Ben Simmons.
This is my point: is when has Ben exploited any mismatch?
The bull who sticks Ben is the bull Dinwiddie who always
Remember the bull from the Nets last year that talked all that trash and then Ben got on him? What was his name?
Derek Dudley.
Yeah.
He's killed him
down. Remember that?
Y'all keep talking about defense. I'm talking about what is Ben going to do offensively?
Like points. He scored 29 points on him.
Who?
On the Nets in the playoffs when Dudley was talking that trash.
Dudley came and talked all that trash.
Oh yeah, that one game, and then what he averaged for the rest of the joint, like 12.
That's all.
So now you're gonna get one game before he went.
That's all he. Ben don't. Listen, Ben is a mismatch. Ben is supposed to be a mismatch every night. How many 6'10" point guards is in the NBA? How many 6'7" point guards in the NBA?
I agree. Listen,
4 to 5 inches taller every night.
I agree with you, but my whole point is I want to see Embiid and Ben Simmons with a coach.
I saw enough.
don't trust anything I'm looking at right now with Brett Brown coaching them.
I saw enough.
I did.
Yeah, I see enough too.
No, I'm not.
Nobody on this planet that can
I'm
make
gonna
Ben
give
shoot
him.
the
I gotta
ball.
give him.
It ain't. LeBron, he don't worked out with LeBron. Y'all tell me, y'all keep trying to blame Brett for Ben's inequities. Brett got enough weight he got to carry for his inequities. But I'm not putting Ben Simmons' suspectness on Brett. He done worked out with LeBron James, his old head. And you know, it's no way in this world you're gonna tell me LeBron James didn't try to coach him up to shoot. And he came back still not shooting. I'm done with it. There's nobody that can get this dude to shoot.
Yeah.
Nobody.
You gotta get a coach. He needs a coach.
You keep saying about shoot. I don't think it's necessarily that he has to shoot.
Yes, he do.
Yeah, he
As
does.
a point guard, you gotta
Yes,
shoot.
he does.
As a
Why?
point guard, you gotta shoot.
This ain't, you think about traditional basketball where everybody has a position. This is positionless basketball nowadays.
No, I'm thinking about basketball, period. This is, first of all, the NBA now is more geared towards shooting the ball anyway. And you're not shooting in a shooting game, You're done. Ben is done. He's
Ben
done.
has to shoot the ball, but I'm
Has to.
still saying I need him one more year with a real legit. coach.
Even Patrick Beverly shoots the ball. Come on, man.
I'm done with Ben.
Pat Beverly or Ben Simmons?
I mean, of course we take a Ben, but because I mean, that's not, but we compare Ben Simmons to Patrick Beverly now.
Is that where we at now? That's where we at with Ben?
Is that where we at? Is Patrick Beverly making $105 million? Is Patrick Beverly making Ben Simmons money? Is he the face of a franchise? Come on, man. I'll take Lou Williams over Ben. I take Lou Williams over Ben Simmons.
Tripping.
No, you won't.
Yes,
Stop
I
it.
would.
Lou
I
is
take Lou.
Lou
I take Sweet Lou
is
over
like
Ben.
32.
Lou coming off the bench averaging 20. All I need is a 3-year window to get me a championship. Ben ain't give me a championship in 10 years.
You keep talking about somebody scoring 20. This is my thing, right? You hyping this boy scoring 20 that plays no defense. That's like JJ Redick. Score about 18, 19. No defense, though. You got Ben Simmons scoring 17 and plays outstanding defense. Everything ain't just
14.
even free.
14.
It's up to 17.
It was like
14.
16. Let's
14.
split the difference. About 16.
14.
No, 14. 14.
That's what he
14
averaged
points.
here.
Let me
Yeah,
look.
14 points.
He got sick.
No, 14 was horrible. He should have been no All-Star with no 14.
What's Ben's stats? I think it's about 14 points.
No, it's
14
about,
points.
I'm gonna say about 16.
It's not 16.
It's 16.4 he averages. Yeah.
Thank
Exactly. I told you.
I'm talking about Ephraim just spouting stuff.
Exactly.
Listen, he averaged 14 every year. I think he finally got. That's because the season was cut short. If the season went on long enough, he'd have dropped down to 14.
No, see now that's just a,
He
First of
never
all,
averaged 14. In
he's
2018, he averaged 16.4. 2018, 16.9. 2017, 15.8.
You look at that per 30. You look at that per 30 minutes.
He
You
never
look
had.
at that per 30. You look at that per 30 minutes a game.
No, I'm not. I'm looking at per game.
see.
And
Thank
guess
you.
what, Ephraim? He shot
Shouldn't he be
20.
moving up, though? Shouldn't he be stepping up? Wayne, shouldn't he be getting better every year?
I agree. No, I do agree with that. I agree. But I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. My argument is along the lines of the same argument we had with Fultz. Is Ben Simmons what we really wanted him to be? No. But he's not trash. Just think about all the time everybody was like, get rid of Fultz. Get rid of Fultz. Keep TJ. TJ better than Fultz. Just because. But TJ trash.
Yeah.
But they wanted to hype out, keep him. So I'm like, I don't want to just get somebody that's because you expect less of him, you get him and replace Ben Simmons with him. If
But
Ben
my
Simmons is better than that dude, he better than him.
My thing with Fultz was we didn't give Fultz a legit chance. Fultz played 33 games here.
For his entire career.
Ben Simmons been playing here for 3 years. 3 years, and it's shown no improvement. That was the same reason why I was done with TJ. TJ played here for 4 years and averaged 6 points every year. Every year, 6 points. No improvement, no better. But everybody, oh, he did heart soul. No, he trash. Ben has played for 3 years and has given you the same exact thing every year with no improvement.
But imagine you come into the NBA without a coach. You just got somebody that's just turning lights
So
on.
did LeBron. So did LeBron James. LeBron James came in with no coach. He never had a coach.
But
Never.
LeBron-
Except Eric Spoelstra was the best coach LeBron ever had. He's already LeBron by that time. No excuses.
But the only thing I'm saying though, Ephraim, and I get y'all point about Ben not getting better. But you also like, all right, if we talk about the points, but he also averages 8.8 rebounds and 8 assists a game. I mean, you make it like that's like nothing. I know we want LeBron from Ben. I know that's what we want. We even want an attempt to be LeBron.
Yes.
But I'm willing to trade him. If you tell me I can get something like if I could get D Book, I'm trading. If you tell me I can get Bradley Beal, I'm considering that trade too. But you're not going to get if they could get value like that, I'm with it. I'm with it then. But I don't think they can.
And I agree with you on that. I mean, I'm not going to do what they did with Markelle. I'm not going to give him away for peanuts. That's what I'm not going to do. I do agree with that. But at the same time, I am looking fervently to get somebody in here with some offensive weaponry because, and I understand what you're saying. Like, all right, sometimes you gotta, what's this phrase? You want what you want, but you buy what you can afford. Sometimes you gotta realize what you got and which where your money is. And right now we got Ben. Okay, I'm cool with that. But all I'm expecting is at least Lamar Odom. Like he don't even gotta be LeBron at this.
Ben is better than Lamar Odom. Stop.
No, I take Lamar Odom.
No, you're not. I'm
I
taking
take
Lamar.
Lamar Odom. I take Lamar Odom. Lamar Odom is Ben Simmons with a jump shot.
BC before crack.
team was Lamar Odom playing on before he went with Kobe, and then where was he playing?
Clippers. He's playing the
He
Clippers.
was trash.
He wasn't trash.
No.
Wasn't trash.
I take Lamar Odom over Ben Simmons.
He wasn't trash.
Let me look Lamar Odom up. Y'all trip. Boy, be having
Revisionist history.
Yeah, that's it. Revisionist history. Let me see. Lamar Odom before crack.
Yo, you gonna stop. There's no need to disrespect you like that.
Yeah, it is. Now, I like Lamar Odom.
Look, Lamar Odom, first year in the league, 16.6. He played 76 games. His second year in the league, he averaged 17.2.
Mhm.
His third year in the league, he got hurt. He dropped down to 13 because
I want to hear Ben got hurt this year too.
no, he played 20. He played 29 games. That don't count.
How many games Ben played this year?
I don't know.
Around the
But
same.
look,
So don't give me that.
He played 49 games, another half a year. His scoring went up to 14. The very next year, he played 80. His scoring went up to 17.
His
He got
career
reception-
numbers is 13 points per game, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists.
But that's counting some of the garbage years toward the end when he had 6 points.
That's counting
and
his
4
last
points.
2 years. Stop
You
it,
can't,
Wayne.
you can't count them last like 2
Stop.
garbage years, which dropped the average way down.
His last, okay. Guess what? And what you said. His best year was 17.1 points a game,
Yes.
and
Ben ain't never gonna reach that.
that was his 5th year, 17.1 a game.
No, his second year was
His second year.
17.2.
Oh, 17.2. Yeah, I stand corrected.
Second year in the league, 17.2. Ben ain't even going to reach that. He ain't going to reach that.
I don't agree with that.
Well, the
And he
fact
took-
that,
and-
the
and
fact
he
that he
shot
likes
the-
to shoot, you got to give him props just because he shoots the ball.
Yes.
Ben will shoot the ball.
That's what I'm saying. Ben won't shoot the ball.
But if Ben shot the ball, he'd be the best player in the league.
They the same. Him right now. Ben
They're the
is
same
Lamar
player,
Odom.
bro.
They're the same player. They're the
No.
same player.
Ben was more of a playmaker than Lamar Odom.
Lamar Odom averages 3 assists. Ben Simmons averaged 7 or 8.
Because Ben Simmons is a point guard. Lamar Odom's a small forward.
No, Lamar Odom was a point forward. That's what he came in to be, the point forward, because they was hyping him when he was in college that he was going to be the next Magic Johnson because he got handle and this, that, and the other.
That sound like Ben.
I agree, but Ben averaged 8 assists as opposed to 3.
Yep.
And Lamar got some rings too, don't he?
Yeah, because he went with Kobe. He ain't getting none without Kobe. Matter of fact, the years he got rings, he was averaging like 13 points a game. Stop.
Right now, I'm
That's
taking.
because Kobe took 30 shots.
Right now, I'm taking a young Lamar over Benson.
Yeah, I am too.
I'm not.
I'm taking a young Lamar.
Tim,
Lamar
who you
shoot the
taking?
ball.
Ben Lover.
All right, yeah, so we're going to come through Friday.
Tim, who you taking? Ben or Lamar?
I'm
Ben Simmons,
going to ride with Ben. I'm going to give him one more year. I know we said a couple podcasts ago that we was done with Ben, but I'm going to give him one more year.
Y'all type bullfish. Y'all see y'all wife cheating on y'all. Y'all be like, I'm telling y'all, she said I'm sorry. Then she do it again. And y'all be like, no, I'm saying you go. I'm telling y'all. I'm
But we had
telling
some good
y'all.
memories. We got good memories.
Yeah, listen, if your wife is a dime, but you like, no, I'm gonna leave her alone and I'm gonna take a mud duck. Then you a bull might chill and take that one dime wife back. Be like, well, you know,
I agree, but that's the thing. Ben ain't even a dime. He not a dime just like Ben. Deborah Booker is a dime. You know what I mean? That's the dime. Like that's the boy. You like, I give it a
I'm
chance.
not
Ben ain't
calling
a
no
dime.
D, no dime.
now everybody Devin Booker. Last year, everybody was talking about Devin Booker was overrated.
No. Remember last year? I told you I traded Devin Booker for Ben. I've been saying this.
Y'all said that.
I did too. Remember, I wanted to trade Ben for Kawhi Leonard for 1 year.
You did.
Y'all told me.
And I was suspect about that, and now I wish I did. I would have did it too.
Tell me this: would that have been worth it? Not because you can't guarantee that they would have won a championship.
They would have won a
Brett
championship.
Brown is the coach.
They would have won the championship.
With Brett Brown as coach,
Yeah. The way Kawhi balled that playoffs, ain't no doubt in my mind.
like the Bull Nurse is an actual good coach. Brett Brown is not a good coach.
That's true, but I still think they would have won though, because they could have won with Jimmy last year if the ball would have bounced into a couple of ways different.
You telling me if they had now the only thing I will say though, because if they would have made that deal, you don't know if they would have got Jimmy. But if you telling me they was gonna have Kawhi, Jimmy, Tobias, and Embiid, ain't no doubt in my mind. Who in the East was gonna beat them?
I think they'd have won a championship too.
Yeah, but you don't know if Jimmy and Kawhi, I agree. Jimmy and Kawhi, I would agree. But then Brett Brown would have got a 5-year deal, and I would have died. Oh my God.
And then Kawhi would have left. We'd have been back to ground zero again.
Ground zero with TJ.
Yep, TJ would have got a real good contract.
Yep. TJ got a deal because he'd have made some huge shot somewhere in the
Yep.
playoffs. And then, he the man.
And we had JJ last year.
Yeah. That's it. But I think we'd have won. I think we'd have won too.
Yeah, we should have won with the team we had.
I agree.
All right, so we're going to come back on Friday after the game. That'll be the third game of the series. The Sixers should be up 2-1. I'm calling it now.
That's another. Why we signed? That's another dude. Steph Curry was out there to be signed. Remember when he left whatchamacallit? He was a free agent for a minute, and now he down knocking down threes. He like 5 for 5 or something. That's what I'm saying, man. We getting all these people. Steph Curry's out. Yeah, he out there balling.
Well, we had Trey Burke. We ain't want to put Trey. And I remember Ethan was hype on Trey Burke when he came. Ethan was like, "Yo, the boy Trey Burke, he a baller." I hadn't really seen much of him, but then every time he came in for the Sixers, he balled.
Yup. We let him trade the guy.
Yeah, well, not TJ. This year was Neto. Ain't no way in the world Neto should have been getting that. You know what? Never mind.
I don't think they play today, though. I'm glad.
I'm about to go down another rabbit hole.
All right, Friday it is. We'll be down 3-0 come Friday. I'm gonna be smiling when I come on.
2-1, the Sixers. So
and the Brett Brown era is gonna be one game closer to being over.
No,
if they give Brett another year after this, I'm gonna go rioting and protest.
Yeah, me too. I agree.
Sixer fan lives matter. It's like, let me stop.
All right, y'all. Thanks for coming out.
All right.
We'll do this again Friday night.
Hey, Tim.
Yo.
You see this shirt? You see this?
Yeah.
I can't wait. That's what I'm waiting for. I can't wait till football season because we're gonna be going at it hard.
Yes, we got to do a couple special podcasts. But if this football season jump off, get it. If this football season jump off,
I'm telling you right now.
Yeah.
Carson Wentz is a very good quarterback, and I'm going on record as saying it. Carson Wentz is a very good quarterback.
Who's better, Carson or Dak?
Oh, Dak Prescott.
Okay, exactly. So if Dak Prescott is better, then you telling me that their record should be better because they got a better offense.
All right, that's a whole nother podcast.
Yeah.
We about to go down whole.
We about to expose Tim. Don't do anything.
5, 4.
Later.